A few months ago, my oldest son came up to me with the question that every parent wishes their child would ask. He said, "Can I eat this broccoli?" I glanced at the tiny piece of broccoli in his hand and said, "Sure." I was busy with something else and my kids actually like vegetables, so I didn't think it was that strange. It wasn't until later that I was out in the backyard and saw a plant, white top, that was at a stage of life that its head looked remarkably like a tiny piece of broccoli. That, not broccoli, was what my son had brought me. Luckily, white top isn't poisonous or harmful to eat, but that got me thinking about the dangers noxious and invasive weeds pose to those unfamiliar with them, especially young children. The purpose of this video is to help anyone who likes spending time outside, particularly those with children, to understand the importance of noxious weed management by showing how interaction with invasive plants poses a health risk. But firstly, a caveat. Anyone who's had a run-in with poison ivy will agree that there are many dangerous plants that aren't technically noxious or invasive. However, the problem with non-native invasives is that they in particular can spread aggressively, creating unhealthy monocultures that are hard to avoid. Invasive plants generally don't have native predators and aren't preferred forage for livestock, so the native plants get pushed out or eaten more, which makes more room for the invasive plants, and so on, in a self-perpetuating cycle. Unlike most native plants, noxious weeds can disturb the delicate balance of the ecosystem, negatively impact the aesthetics and enjoyability of the landscape, and endanger animal populations by destroying their natural habitat and food. For the most part, native plants aren't a problem in these ways. Moving on. It wasn't long after this first experience with the white top that my family was at the zoo. It was there that I noticed a patch of myrtle spurge growing right by the side of a pathway. Unlike white top, myrtle spurge is extremely dangerous. To summarize the City of Longmont official government webpage, children are often the victims of myrtle spurge because they like to pick the flower. They continue, "Myrtle spurge produces a toxic, milky latex which causes severe blister-like burns if it touches your skin." There are many other dangerous noxious plants that you and your kids may come across while out in nature. Here are a few of them with their effects. Spotted knapweed. According to the Colorado Weed Management Association, the sap of spotted knapweed can cause skin irritation in some people. As a precaution, anyone working with spotted knapweed should wear protective gloves and avoid getting knapweed sap into open cuts or abrasions. According to forestandrange.org, for many people, exposure to airborne spotted knapweed pollen can cause serious allergic reactions including asthma, skin irritation, and hay fever. Black henbane. MontanaPlantLife.org says, "All parts of henbane are very toxic. Symptoms of poisoning include impaired vision, convulsions, coma, and death from heart or respiratory failure." The last of the plants I'm going to mention are a variety of invasive thistles. This is what one expert had to say about them. Okay, then what kind of plant is that? Do you know?
A potty plant?
Yeah. Do you think that would be a fun plant for people to touch?
No.
What do you think would happen if you touched it?
Poke you.
What would you say when it poked you?
Ow. There are many more noxious weeds that could pose a health risk. Everyone should be careful while outside around unknown plants, but with fewer noxious weeds around, family outings will be that much more safe and enjoyable. And if your kid ever asks to eat broccoli, you can say sure with confidence.